What we're going to be talking about today is, and this is pretty common in our interior design world, interior designers do get trade discounts from certain vendors. And I had a client yesterday that told me that they had worked with an interior decorator in the past that gave him 50% off furniture.
I want that decorator.
So virtually you're making no money, and I don't even know how that's a business.
Right. Well, I don't even understand. Sorry. I don't even understand how that works.
I don't know.
I'm gonna think about it.
I was like, excuse
Yeah.
me? Well, obviously I don't do that. I think maybe in the beginning when you first start doing this as a hobby,
Right.
do that. I know, like, many years ago, I did that in the beginning a little bit, but then you quickly learn it is not a profitable business model. You cannot pass off all of your discounts to clients. Like, the discounts are not there for the client, they're there for you as a design
Right.
professional.
Yeah.
So I think we should just talk about that and educate a little bit about what the designer discounts are and what they're for and how it helps our business model. Because you can't just charge design fees, right, Risha?
No, you can't. It's a lot of work, and it's not even about how. I mean, yes, that helps me as a business, but also helps you. Helps the client because you start giving things away free as an interior designer.
They don't appreciate it. There's no
Well,
value.
clients won't appreciate it, but you will not be in business. So how is that helping anybody?
Exactly.
Because the design fees, yes, if you're just doing design and you want to pass it off, okay. But I don't even like to do that because I can create the whole design, I can make all the selections, but what I select and how it gets placed and how it's done, like I can't assume it's going to get done properly or it's going to get like if for instance I'm specifying custom furnishings that it's going to be made properly or even semi-custom, which is we're using a vendor's frame and you're taking the fabric from here and the finish from there and we're adding nail heads and we're doing piping. That's what I had the original vision. How do I know that's even going to get done properly? It's not.
Yeah. And when we're ordering through our trade accounts, now we have taken on that responsibility. We have to manage the whole entire process.
Yeah.
So we are placing the orders, we're handling the logistics, we're working with the vendors, answering all the questions, dealing with the tracking. Is it back ordered? When did it ship? The delivery, scheduling the delivery, accepting the
Oopsie,
delivery.
the fabric just got discontinued.
Exactly. Then we have to problem
Reselect.
solve that
Yeah.
issue. And then when we finally get to the point where the item's being delivered, God forbid there's an issue or it's damaged or something needs to be exchanged or resolved, like that is what we handle. So when the design discount is there also as profit in your business to cover all of that project management expense of dealing with the product that you're ordering.
Right. And when there's a problem and it's installed, etc., like when it's installed, etc., and there's a problem, who are you going to come running to? You
Yeah.
know, you're going to come running to Amazon?
Yeah.
Like,
That
we are covering everything. That's what the full service interior design model is. It's making it easy, stress free. There's a problem. Oh, I got it. It's covered.
Yeah. So the benefit is that when you hire a designer, you're going to probably pay the same price as you would if you went and try to source things yourself, but you're getting all of the value of us making selections with you, making sure that everything is the right size, the right color, the right fit for the aesthetic that you're looking for. And then we're handling all the stress of everything. And all you have to do is just wait until it's delivered and you can enjoy it.
They actually get a better price than they purchase it through an interior designer because you are getting all of that service included in your price. Go to a store and
That's
get that included in your price, right?
No, you have to
And
do all the work yourself.
yeah, do all the work yourself. And we're
Exactly.
making, we're making sure that it also works in your design vision. You can
Mhm.
go to the store and get, yeah, that orange sofa that fits, but is it going to fit in the vision that you had no, it
Yeah.
all works together.
Yeah. And when you hire an independent designer like we are, we're sourcing from any
Mm,
brand that we want. Like
hundreds of
we can
brands.
source from anywhere. When you and I think the problem comes in because a lot of furniture showrooms have
Free
design
design services.
here exactly offering free design services, but it's
Yeah,
not the same design service because they're a salesperson for that one store. So
yeah,
you're limited to what your options are.
correct.
And so you may not be getting the right size, the right option because it's limited based on what the store has available and they're selling to you. They're not
Correct.
going to let you leave without buying something, even if it's not the right thing.
Right. Or it's gonna be, it might not be the wrong thing, but it's not the best option. It's not, because it hasn't been looked at it from like a bird's eye view. Where does it all fit in? How does it fit in?
You
It's a
also
very,
don't want to buy all your furniture in the same place. You don't want to have a showroom in your house. You want it to be
yeah,
curated and reflected.
curated. Yeah. You don't
Yeah.
want it to be, welcome to my Crate and Barrel show home.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to mix in all different kinds of brands
Yeah.
but again, that's what interior design services are for and full service.
Yeah. It's personalization. It takes into consideration your budget, your personality, your functional needs, whether that's durability, longevity, like whether pieces have to move and what you're using the space for. It's taking in so many more considerations that I I was at a client's yesterday. Yeah, I don't know what day it is.
Yeah.
But yesterday, right? We're doing a bathroom. Is it a hook? Is it a towel bar? Like, he's purchasing these products from me, but it's also like, okay, well, if it's a hook, it looks like this, and this is where is it going to go? And how high is it going to go? And is that going to work with like the shower that we designed so that he's like, I want to be able to step out and grab the towel right there. I don't want to walk across the room.
Mhm.
And, his partner doesn't want the towel to be drying on a hook. She wants it to dry on a rack or on a towel bar because it doesn't dry. Now, in the winter, yeah, it'll dry, but in the summer with the humidity, it doesn't dry. Of course, in Florida, it doesn't dry ever, but with the humidity. But, it's taking into all these considerations on how he lives his life. And
Yeah.
no, we want to get it as good as possible. We'll talk about this and your lifestyle and how we can make it work because you already had a bathroom. It was working fine. But we don't want it to work fine. We want it to be improved. We want it to make your life easier, less stress-free. So when you come out of the shower, it's right there. It's easier, that kind of thing.
There are so many details to interior design, from the littlest things to when you are designing a bathroom and it's where like your shower hook's going to be, where your niche is going to be in your shower, how big it is. Like all of these details have to be taken into consideration.
Someone has a question.
Oh. Are you interior designer who design bathroom layouts, including the design? Yes. So Risha and I are both interior designers. We design everything in the house, kitchens, bathrooms,
Soup to nuts.
everything from concept through construction to furniture, fully turnkey, art, accessories. Our clients just have to move right in.
Right.
So we do everything. Yes.
Right. And a master bathroom, we give you the best price. Seriously. Like we were just talking. How much to design a master bathroom? Well, that depends on the size of the bathroom. So we'd love to, I don't know where you're located, but if you are interested, DM us. And I'm in New Jersey. Elizabeth is in Naples. We go anywhere to help design and help clients enjoy their home and bring value into add value to their property, but most importantly, really find value in being at home and enjoying the house to their benefit, to make their life easier, more abundant, well-being. And when you're in a beautiful space, your mindset is very different, when and it's there and supporting you. Also, we got Dr. West, the dentist, 10-ish by 15-ish. Okay, we'll have to figure that out for you. I'll do my calculations, which by the way I do on my phone, but we will dem you. Where are you located, Dr. West, the dentist? Would love to help you out. We got your size of the room,
Yeah.
and we just have to know. Might be 10 to 15. Yeah, so now it's getting bigger. 12 by 15. So where's my price? Highland Park, Illinois. Okay, so you're in Illinois. Absolutely. We come to Highland Park, Illinois. You can give Elizabeth a call or myself a call or contact information. Just DM us and we'll help. We'd love to help you out.
Okay, so we have another question. How do you handle markups when clients are hiring you for an entire turnkey package? Okay, so for
How do you handle markups?
you're welcome, Dr. West.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's either furniture or tiles, like any materials. So for furniture, I charge like reasonable retail pricing
Mm-hmm.
for furniture. Risha, what do you do?
Same thing.
Okay.
Reasonable retail. What you'll find at a
I don't
retail
do a
store.
cost plus. A lot of designers do that, but I tried it a few years ago and I felt like I didn't like the model and I don't think clients liked it either because they don't want to see what you're paying and a markup.
No, it's just one price. I know my numbers, and this is an interior designer. You have to know your numbers.
Yeah.
And it's not fun because, I'm into interior designer because I'm a fantastic interior designer, very creative. Well, numbers are not creative. They tell a story, and that was not a story I liked. But honestly, if you don't know your numbers, then you don't know what is going to make you profitable, what is going to allow you to stay in and be in business over long term.
Yeah.
And that is helpful. Your client wants you to be there long term because they want to be able to rely on you. And that's why it's important.
And you also want to be able to make sure whatever you're charging, you're able to give the amount of attention and dedication to that project and that client. So
Yeah.
many times designers will take on a ton of projects and they'll be running all around town like a chicken without a head, stretched very thin. So you have to know what size firm you have, how many people you have working with you, how many projects you can handle.
Yeah.
All of that is a factor because, you can give someone a price and have, your fees, but at the end of the day, it has to work with the time that it takes to actually do these projects. And
Right.
we know from being in this industry, you know,
It takes us 40 hours. It takes us 75 hours, whatever it is.
people think a kitchen, it's like, oh, cabinets, a countertop, you know,
Forget it.
and that's
Kitchen.
it. Like there's a million details that go
Mhm.
into designing a kitchen and it takes several meetings and weeks and going to the showroom and refining details over and over again. It's not just a pick a cabinet door and a
Yeah.
countertop and you're done. That's
Yep.
not the way it works.
Exactly. I designed this whole built-in for a wall. Actually went like a U-shaped built-in, right? So I designed it, right? Figured it out, did a whole elevation, yada, yada, present to the client. And then now he's like, yeah. And we get a price for it, just a ballpark. I was like, okay, that's just going to be a bit too much. Okay, fine. How can we reduce this and
Mhm.
keep it more in line with the budget that you want, right?
Yeah.
Took off the returns on it and made it just across one wall. And then, we had some other functional issues that we wanted to add. Okay, so now I'm redesigning all of that. And now they're like, okay, great. Send it out for now. I'm getting a much more tighter estimate on the cost of this based on the new revised drawing. Spending a couple of hours with the guys to make sure that they understand all the elements, they get an estimate, run it over again with the client. Here it is. This is what it is. And okay, are they, then the next thing is they got to he's okay with it. Now I got to have them in and meet them again. Meet them on site to go through it. They come and take their measurements, send it back. Now they make their measurements and they're making their CAD drawings. And then I just spend another hour with them just on tiny details. How is this finished? What's this corner? This
Yeah.
table is too thin. What do we do to make it thicker? And then it doesn't line up with this. I mean, we're not even talking about the big things like what is the finish and what is the, how many shelves. Now we're talking about how does this corner finish and how does this tie into the trim? And then how does this roll across the carpet and come up? And is there room to clear the drawers off the carpet? So many things.
Yeah.
Hours.
Hundreds of decisions.
Yeah.
Hours,
And
weeks,
yeah.
evening.
He's gone away. We're going to meet again on site with the client. He's going to go away after we have that meeting, come back with the final drawings.
Mhm.
Then he's going to start making it. I mean,
Yeah.
there are hours put into this because we
Yeah.
only want to do it once. And, we want to have, there's so many little details to make this really fabulous, but
Mhm.
functional too. So it can house all the, the puzzles and the games and the books and the knickknacks and everything
Yeah.
that we want. Yeah.
Yeah. Interior design projects, home renovation projects, hundreds of hours.
Hmm. Yeah.
Hundreds of hours. Maybe thousands of hours,
Yeah.
depending how big the house is, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of work. And we do handle all of that for the client, so
Yeah. But
that's
so much, there's one thing I do with my clients, and you probably do it too, Elizabeth, is when I meet with them, I talk about the timeline of a project, right?
Yes, I just did this yesterday.
Right. And so when we meet with a client, we're like, here, okay, we get signed on, we get their vision, they see us, we document, and then we go away, right? We go away for like way down here, away for a long time. We
It's
like getting his sources, pulling everything together. And then
right.
we show
We're
up back in the
working,
room.
it's just you're not seeing us,
You're
but we're
not.
doing all the behind the scenes
Right.
work. Yeah.
And we're doing it so that when we come, we have the answers, the ideas
A vision pulled
formulated.
together so you can see
Yeah.
the initial direction, the concept.
Right. And then again, we disappear for weeks while
Mm.
we are like mulling it over. And the way I work is I start working on it and then I leave it.
Mhm. Yeah, I do the
And then I
same.
come back, I look at it again. And then I throw things out, bring things in, and I leave it. Like I have to do that half a dozen times where I go in and out of the project because
Yeah.
it's that time away from the project that whether I realize it or not, that I realize it or not, it's still mulling around in my head. Like I was actually, I told my client, I said, like, we need to make a decision about this. It was something about the window trims and stuff. And I was like, and I had woken up the night before and I'm like, I just don't like it. I need to revisit it. We'd already made a decision. I came back and I'm like, you know what? I don't like it. We need to
Mhm.
revisit this because I'm waking up at night with these thoughts. I didn't know I was thinking them, but I just knew somewhere it just wasn't vibing the
Yeah.
way that we had designed it. I'm like, no, I'm coming
Yeah.
back and we're revisiting this because other decisions had been made after we made decisions on trim and doors.
Yeah.
More decisions. I'm like, well, now this isn't lining up enough.
Yeah. And that's all part of the process. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're
Yeah.
welcome. Gulf Coast Home Design said thank you for they don't follow the cost plus model either for many reasons. We appreciate your live recordings as a startup interior design business. Well, you're
Yeah.
welcome. Thank you for
Yeah.
joining us. We appreciate you.
Well, we are here every Tuesday
Yes.
talking tea and making it
What happened with your hiring process? We want to know
hiring. I'm still,
last week.
yeah. I did my second interviews with half a dozen people.
Okay.
And I'm on my third interview, which is the final interview with
Narrow down.
a little bit more narrow.
Okay. Good.
It's still going to be a tough process, but I have like a evaluation sheet and a rubrics to follow, and then really, I sat down. I'm like, what do I really need? What are the top priorities that they can fill for me immediately? And then what are the things that they need to be able to grow into? And do they have that ability? So,
Okay.
yeah, but I hope to have a decision within the next week or so because I need to get moving on it.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Well, we're excited
Me
to hear
too.
what happens next week.
It's all good. I mean, I can tell you the candidates at like even by the second interview were like, I'm really impressed. These are millennials, right? Are they millennials? What's that young generation in the 20s? Gen Z, millennials,
Oh.
Gen Z. I get it. What are you?
I am Gen Z.
That's Taylor. So that's it. Gen Z, right? Gen Z. All Gen Zs for the most part, but like really good quality candidate looking to fill this position. I was at a networking event earlier this week and I met another woman who's looking for some hiring for a position in her. And she was
Okay.
saying, oh, she couldn't find any good candidates and the Gen Zs were no good. I'm like, huh. Well, I'm not having that problem because
Yeah.
my problem is they're too good, and now they're making me make a very hard decision.
Well, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, I like that problem. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm
Okay.
very eager and yeah, I can see they're dedicated and invested in making a difference in their design work and with clients. So
Okay. Good.
that's where I'm at with that.
Okay. All right. So I guess we'll get an update next week on what's happening.
I hope by
Oh,
next weekish,
okay.
Tuesday, if not soon thereafter. Yeah. I hope to have everybody done and just make the decision. Maybe I'm just scared. Change is scary. I was talking to my niece about this earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to, and I like, would you be open to, she was showing me this new little apartment she got. And I'm like, well, would you be open to some changes on it? Because I could see that we could make it a little better. She's like, yeah, it's just my first place. And I'm like, scared about the changes. And like, to be honest, I don't really like this furniture that the landlady left. I'm like, yeah, well, it is scary. Change is scary.
Yeah.
But I said, like, staying in the same place and knowing this is where I'll be is actually scarier.
Yeah.
So if I don't make this decision and move forward, like, I'm just going to be stuck here. That
Yeah.
is scary. Right. She was like, well, maybe it's, you just have to choose your heart.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Okay. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you all next Tuesday at 4:00.
See ya. Bye.